What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, everybody? It's your boy Jax Wild and the homeboy PG the Hustle.
What's
What's
happening?
good? We here another Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Another day we could get on here and talk shop. What's good with you, man? How was your week? How was your day? How's things going over there on your side?
Chilling, man. Trying to take it in stride, man. A lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of stuff.
Boy, the way you just lean back and scratch that head, boy. What that
A
boy?
lot of
Hey, that
stuff.
boy, life is lifing over there, ain't it, bruh?
Yeah,
It's all good though.
and
It's
you
all
know
good.
what it is too. So I'm
That's what I'm
just
saying. It's all good. We got a
So,
couple things brewing.
yeah,
We
man.
got a couple things brewing. You feel me?
Literally,
Hey,
literally, man. So I'm just, keeping fingers crossed and hoping for the best. You know what I'm saying? And just trying to ride this out, making all appointments and all that kind of stuff, and just getting everything situated. You know what I'm saying? With that, trying to
yes, sir.
make it delicate hands. You know what I mean? With
Yes,
the delicate
sir.
hands,
Yes,
'cause
sir, man.
it's we ain't spring chickens no more. So uh,
Man, shout out to you, man, putting in that work, bro. You feel me?
trying, man.
Putting
Hey,
in work.
you got to give her what she want, man. You feel me?
Ah,
Happy wife,
hey,
happy
man.
life, man.
Yeah, that's how it be, man. But hey, yo, super happy, super proud of
Oh yeah,
you know what
most
I'm saying,
definitely.
what you got going.
What you got
Uh
going on though, man? How was your week, brother?
bro, so I mean, let me tell you like this, bro. So, June is men's mental health month, bro.
Is it? I mean, every day and every week, every hour,
It's
minute is
everything.
something now. So I didn't
Yeah.
even know that. I would.
Yeah. So for
Okay.
those who didn't know, it's men's mental health month, bro.
All right.
And
All right.
on Monday, the first, my therapist broke up with me, man.
What?
My therapist broke up with me, dog.
Man, how does that happen, bro? What's the
Bruh, so
road
so
through this
long story
conversation?
short, ever since I've been out and I've been preaching to folks, man, go get seen, go get help. You know what I mean? So me and her been in lock and step for about 2 years almost, through a
Okay.
couple different sessions, through a couple different things. Not healed, but able to navigate a little bit better. Now, she said, I came up there even after having surgery, family stuff, and all that stuff. And she was like, man, you good. Like, you happy, we smiling, we on here, we on the call laughing, we on the phone having a good time. And she was
Right.
like, you know what, man? Like, I'ma leave sessions open for you. But what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna schedule anything. Now, if you got something that come up, give me a call and we'll jump back in there and we'll work it out. But she was like, I'm so proud of the work you have done. And I was like, me doing the work? But I ain't gonna hold you, man. She opened up some things that you can't close, right? So the biggest thing about military life for those out there listening
Mhm.
is they really make us cut off our immediate natural emotions. Like they don't do it like well, maybe they do it on purpose, but they do
Well,
it in a roundabout way where you almost kind of come detached from what's happening sometimes. So prime example, I tell this story a lot, man. I had got on this new job
mhm.
and co-worker, lost a family member and he broke down, what I'm talking about. And man, I called my wife, bro. I was like, hey, my boy when he over here, I ducked off to the office. I was like, hey, my
Mhm.
boy, he breaking down, man. What am I supposed to do? Like, I don't know him. I don't know the people. Like, what? what am I supposed to do, right? And she was like, "Oh no, you good, you good. Just just be in the room.
There.
You feel
Yeah.
me?" And so a lot of that is I had to navigate that part of learning how to address emotions that I've put away. So again, all
That one is called empathy.
empathy. That is the word, bro.
Mhm.
Empathy, bro. Cause and let me. We'll go into it later when I get the guest on, because I would love to hear his perspective as well, because we went through some training, especially getting ready for a deployment that is mind-boggling, that coincides with the empathy that we're supposed to have as human beings, and the soldiers and the airmen and the sailors that they made us be when we out there fighting a good fight. So,
No
but we'll
doubt.
get back to that. Let's put a pin in that.
No
But
doubt.
other than that, man, fingers crossed. I should have this cast off on Friday.
Yeah.
Should get
Okay.
me a walking boot, so I should
Okay.
start
That
walking
was quick.
around. You feel me?
That
You
was
feel
quick,
me?
man. What was that? 2 weeks?
Yeah. So my wife think my man misspoke, but I'm just hoping that he misspoke on purpose. You feel me? Because I'm supposed to get another hard cast.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How you how you misspoke? How you misspeak on purpose?
Because he was talking real fast. And
Mm-hmm.
so he just said it. Oh yeah, so when you come back, you know what I'm saying, on the field, we're gonna get you in a walking boot and da 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 whoop de whoop. And
But you
I'm
said
like,
that wasn't the game plan, huh?
that was not the game plan. So we hoping for the best, bruh.
You said
Get
you
your
ain't gonna
boy
tell
back
him
out.
no different. You ain't gonna tell him no different. You the
Hey,
doc, huh? You the doc. You
hey.
know.
I'm gonna have wifey wait out in the hallway, because I know she
Well,
goes, her being that nurse, she gonna spill them beans, bruh. Hold on, doc. You said 2 more weeks. But yeah. So yeah, it's been all good, man. Let's talk about these sponsors real quick.
already.
Got the W to the energy, bro. We want
W
y'all to
energy.
go. We want y'all to check them out. We want y'all to give them a look. And then when and if you do, go ahead and drop that code PG the Hustle for 10% off of your cart. Now, I need you, Hustle, to see me that graphic that you threw on the other podcast, because that mug was crazy.
Which one? Which
It
one?
was a W clip, like a little it was a little video, man. I don't know if you did that or if they just did that because they sponsored, but that joint was fire. Because I'll be
Oh,
watching your other podcasts.
so I believe that's sponsored. When we put it on there, it's
Okay.
sponsored, and then they kick their things in because we are sponsored by W. So
Man.
it was on my page, right? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Bro. Real side note, man.
What's up, man?
You already know.
Oh, you want to
boys,
talk about real game? Real game, no gimme.
y'all boys be going in, bro.
So look, so go ahead. Let me know because you
All
was
right,
there.
let's get through this
But,
other one real quick. So we got this other one.
all
After you
right.
get the W, you get the energy. Take your energy, wild up self over to this site and get you a hoodie, get you a hat, get you a t-shirt, get the trending shirt. We love you, and there's nothing you can
Nothing
do
you can
about
do about it.
it. Because that's how we feel. Whether
Facts.
you in the military, whether you're not, we
Facts.
love you. And then I'm gonna probably get you a graphic for this podcast is for you, because I said a lot. This podcast is for you if you are in the military and you want to stay the whole time. I did, my guest did. This podcast for you if you want to just come and do a tour and get up out of here. That's what PG did. Look at him doing great. This podcast for you if you're thinking about coming into the military. Come on in, listen, get some keys, get some some gems and help you to be successful. And this podcast is for you if you have been, I don't know, under a rock, behind a bush, if you've never come into contact with a military member, well, come on in, sit down, listen to some stories, because we just like you. We just can't get fired that fast. And we can't quit. Now, we can quit, but they going to find you. And you're going to do the rest of that time.
Right.
You're going to do the rest of that time by making big rocks, little rocks. You feel me?
And we ain't talking about Arkansas.
Yeah. So before we drop the guest in, give us just a quick roundup about Real Game No Gimmick, because that is a very, very, very entertaining show. And if you haven't seen it, please go check it out.
Go check it out. We just be talking, man. We bounce stuff around. A lot of different views, a lot of different age groups, demographics. A lot of it's a lot of different. Well, put it like this. Not me. A lot of times there's a lot of emotions being thrown around. You know what I'm saying?
Lots.
And especially when people don't understand or don't, when they not really versed in like dealing with it off the fly. You know what I'm saying? Like spontaneously. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So because you have to take it into account all things that you hear and not just fly off the cuff because you don't like something that you hear. You know what I'm saying? Or because something that you hear don't align with what you may feel. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. You have to be able to take that into account. But that's what makes for good. That's what makes for good entertainment. Like as you say, entertainment. Everybody like entertainment. Everybody like back and forth. So that's why I say, man, what did you take from it? Because I seen you in the comments, man.
But okay. If there ain't nothing, if it's something about me, or if you don't know nothing about me, and even our last guest Pappy, every time he posts, I'm up in there. Because I understand what it means that support is free. It don't cost you a thing. And if I can jump into your podcast, if I can jump on your story, if I can jump into you while y'all live and in your comments and make some engagement just by saying, "What up, y'all? Oh man, that was crazy. Oh, he wild for that." And that boosts engagement. That's all it takes.
No doubt.
And so if nothing else, if I don't do nothing else, I'm going to support because that joint free. Sure. And that joint is free for me to do, but it could very well cost somebody else to get some bread. And I'm all with that.
Yeah,
for
no
sure.
Doubt. No doubt.
So I did one time I found out how involved one of the buddies was in the court, not the court system, but the community. So that was dope. I was like, man, he was talking about how to get laws into the ballots. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, in your neighborhood. Yeah, in your neighborhood. How to get laws put into place and like you said, on the ballots and stuff like that.
Man, that joint touched me. I was like, man, that's dope. That's fire. And then you had last week, and it was just about why people felt the way about comedy.
Yeah, about Kevin Hart. Yeah.
The Kevin Hart comedy about the roast. And it touched people in different places. Some people was like, comedy is comedy. Some people is like, nah, comedy is comedy, but they allow us to hear certain things because they want to water us down.
That's right.
Right?
They want to make
so it was just that back and forth, and I was in there loving it like a tennis match. I was like,
hey, because so this my only thing is sometimes, and I know you was tripping. I know you was tripping because I was like, man, I don't have time to explain to you what desensitizing means.
Yeah.
If you don't understand what desensitizing means, then this conversation is pretty much won't go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? I shouldn't have to explain that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To know,
Yeah.
you know, for you to know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What it means. You know what I mean? Like you should already know. And I know we're gonna get to the guests. And I do want to, and I'm glad we did this because before we get too into that, I do also want to ask, has he seen it? I want to ask him about his thoughts about that whole thing too. Because
Okay. Yeah.
it's a topic and a subject that people brush over, but then people look at it like, wait a minute, I see something else going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they put other puzzle pieces together. A lot of people don't see other puzzle pieces. A lot of people don't see the other things because they only looking at, they live life for the moment, and they don't, a lot of times they don't take a lot of things into consideration, everything that's around them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about no one speaking, I'm just talking about people. You know what I'm saying?
General,
just people in general. And it takes a lot to do that. And I believe that the military is one of the things that, and a lot of the training that we have is one of the things that help us be able to do that and to see things in a broader scope. Like, because we always talking about, a lot of times people don't, you know, a military person off the top. Like when you see somebody that's been in the military, when you know it, you can feel it. It's an aura. You know, when I start to speak, you start to speak. It's an understanding. It's a way. It's just something there. We know each other. We can feel it. And you'll be like, hey, you serve? Hey, you serve? I know it.
Yeah.
Well, I knew it. Yeah. Where was you at? Then y'all start talking. Well, what was you? Whoa. And that's just how it goes. Like, but it's there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. So, but like I say, and I don't just say, and I'm not saying that to say everybody in the military see everything. And no, it's just not like this. It's just certain training and certain things that we go through unlock things in your mind and unlock things in your soul, your spirit, and your psyche. You know what I'm saying? I'll say psyche because that's what they play with when we in there. They play with our psyches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's called, one of them is called OPSEC and COMSEC. So we got to always be aware. Now, whether we act upon them, probably, you know, but do we just got to know? We got to know. And like, and to your point, and again, we're going to get to the guests, but I just wanted to finish with this. To your point, I can, like I said, I could feel both sides. But the one thing I would say is it's okay as long as you know. Don't turn a blind eye like, oh no. Like I do understand comedy is comedy, but I do understand also there is an agenda, right, behind it because we know that because it was scripted and put on the teleprompter, everybody read it. And if they knew that this was going to be something that was going to get somebody canceled or a big deal, they would have pulled it off. Or they would say, hey, we get it, but we ain't going there. Because at the end of the day, it was a syndicated show, right? Netflix they throwing they neck out there on that. So that means they don't care. And when people don't care, that's where
the problem starts. That's where the problem starts.
But
but that's what they want you to do.
That's what they want us to do.
So their mission was complete.
Yep. So without further ado, so I met this brother, Be Humble, from Pappy. So we had Pappy on 2 weeks ago. Pappy hit me up right after the show, was like, yo, there's this other guy, because I'm on my world tour to get people on this show that I do not actually know in person. So I'm meeting these guys. And so one thing about the military, we network our tail off, and we always gonna throw somebody alive. So I appreciate Be Humble for coming through and taking the call. Welcome to the show. Introduce yourself and tell us what's up.
Hey, my name is Bernard Humbles. On YouTube, I'm known as Be Humble, but I'm 20-year vet, retiree from the Navy.
Shouts out to you, man.
I did every branch of the Navy. I did like the aviation side, recruiting side, and I did the medical side, and also I served with the special forces side. So I
Word.
I got a crazy, crazy part, crazy story to my
Yeah,
time
but
there.
Nice.
shout out to you for taking the call. We really appreciate y'all coming on. We Pappy said you had him on the show, so he
Mhm.
definitely linked us up in the DM. So I appreciate you coming on. Just how is your day? How's your week been thus far? Before we even get into all that, how you been? How's Be Humble?
I'm doing good. Like we was talking earlier, yesterday I got my little 15-mile bike ride in.
Yeah,
So that's one of the things that I do on
yeah,
my spare time as a retiree.
yeah.
Get bike riding around here in the DMV area. So
That's what's up.
yeah.
Well, be careful out there, man. Be
All
careful.
right,
Yep.
so we're gonna drop you out. This right here is called the drop. The drop indicates the days, the weeks, the months prior to you joining the military. Please tell the audience why you joined, or in any circumstances around you joining, was your family in, and all that good stuff. So the floor is yours.
All right. So when I graduated high school, I was only 17 years old at the time. So that gave me, I'm not telling anybody to do this, so that gave me some time to basically like mess around. So I wound up joining, well, like I was 18. I was joining them 18, turning 19. So almost 2 years just to mess around. I'm not telling anybody to go that route, but I did go to college for a little bit, uh, wound up dropping out. So I decided, to join the Navy. Let's see. I considered other branches, but the Navy was one, which is crazy because me and my sister was talking about it, and she's the one that told me, "Oh, the Navy's in Great Lakes, Illinois." Crazy was we was watching Jenny Jones. I don't know if you remember that that talk
Shout
show.
out
We
to
was watching
Jenny
that,
Yes.
Jones,
and
bro.
they
Yeah.
had some Navy guys on there, and that's what brought it up. So
Word.
I wound up joining the Navy. I was 18 because I
So
turned.
so real quick. So what
Uh,
was it about the Navy? Was it the uniforms they're wearing? Was it how is they carrying themselves? Was there something that you
I think
seen
it was
on
something
Jenny
with that.
Jones that
Yeah, I
says
think it
I
was
gotta
something
be
with the
that?
something on that episode at the time,
Okay.
and yeah, it was something with the episode at the time, and I was just like, I could probably do something like that. I could be a part of that. So I wound up reaching out to the recruiter, and pretty much things is history after that point. Wind up doing the ASVAB and all that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So when you got up in there, how do y'all do y'all picking of y'all jobs? Do y'all pick it before y'all go to MEPS, or do y'all pick it after y'all go to basic?
So here's how it works. When I went through, after you take the test, the ASVAB test, and you get your score. So this is what happened. He gave me like four different sheets. Most of like the first three was all aviation, like a mechanic type jobs, and the
Mm-hmm.
last one he gave me was a Navy. It said yeoman. And when I was reading through it, like the description, and one of the things it says is works in the AC conditioned office. I immediately was like, I want this one right here. Give me that one. So that's that. Once I saw air conditioned office, I said, "Give me that one right there."
Hey, so my
Hilarious.
man, how they sold you on the AC?
Compared to the other ones, they say it's gonna be kind of a hot environment. You're working on aircraft. Once I saw it said AC on that paper, I was like,
Sign me up.
"I'll take that one right there."
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
So where did they ship you off for your first duty assignment?
My first duty assignment was in Point Magoo, California,
Okay,
which is I would say 20 minutes from Malibu. It's right
okay,
on the Pacific Ocean. 45
Oh,
minutes from LA. Man, it's beautiful out there.
Magoo.
Back in 2023, I took my son out there, out to Point Magoo and Pawanini, Santa Monica, LA. So I showed
yeah,
him, my first duty station,
yeah.
everything out there. But it's right on the PCH, right on Pacific Coast Highway, where they film like
Is
Fast
that
and the Furious.
Everything.
What was
Highway
that?
5?
No, that's PCH is the one.
Oh,
That's
the
right
one, the
That's
one.
the one that's
Santa
on the
Monica.
coast.
Yeah, right. Santa Monica. You'll see
Okay.
like in
All
all
the
those movies.
beaches. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah, man.
PG did some time out there. You was living out there for a little minute, huh?
About 15 years, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
So
then,
okay.
so once you got in your duty stations, the one thing I know about the Navy is, boy, y'all PCS, bro. Y'all be moving around, man.
Mhm.
So can you give us a brief rundown of all the bases, all the spots you've been in your
yeah.
20 years?
All right. So my first duty station, I was stationed at VP 65. That was in Point Mugu, California. That was a P3 squadron. P3 squadrons were sub hunters.
Okay.
So that was my first duty station. Then I got stationed at Port Hueneme, California, which may be like 20 minutes from Point Mugu. That was at they call it a reserve center, where we worked with the reservists when they came on the weekend. But it was at Port Hueneme. So I did like 3 years at Point Mugu, 3 years at Port Hueneme, and then my next duty station from there was VR VR 57 in Jacksonville, Florida. So I
Okay.
had went from California to Florida. So
Woo.
nice warm places. So
Yeah.
and
That's a
when I was
vacation
at
in itself.
yeah, when I was at
Now the one thing, let me ask you this.
uh-huh,
Which beach is better?
Cali, man.
Cali beach is better?
Yes.
The West Coast.
Bro, it
Hey,
was too many rocks on that
me and
beach,
my
bro.
son
And the
always
water
get
is
into it.
cold.
Me and my son get into it all the time. I tell him the West Coast is the best coast, man. I loved it out there, man.
Bro, that water is too cold.
Yes.
Humble.
You don't got to get in it for it to be.
But see, you go to Florida, you can get in the water. It's like bath water over there, man.
Ill. Ill. Nasty. When you go to a nice resort and go swim in a pool,
Yeah.
where do you go? Do you get in a hot pool or do you get in a cool, cold water pool? You get in a cool, cold water pool. I don't want to bathe with all these other people and all these nasty fish down in Florida, man. No, I want to enjoy myself with the Baywatch. You know what I mean? With the Baywatch cast. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah.
West Coast is the best coast. All right. So you was in Jacksonville.
Yep, from Jacksonville, I got stationed back home in Pittsburgh.
Oh, you
So
from Pittsburgh originally?
I'm from that area. I'm from
Okay.
it's called Aliquippa. I'm pretty sure y'all heard of it, man. The football capital of the USA.
Yeah.
You may say, no, I ain't never heard of it. Aliquippa has the most Hall of Famers for one high school in more than any other. I'm gonna give you some names.
Okay.
Mike Dicker, Tony
Okay.
Dorsett, Ty Law, Darrell Reeves. That's just to name a few from those, but they all Hall of Famers. But there's more. That's from
Wait, that's
town.
just from the high school?
From that high school.
Yeah. Those are just the
Dang.
Hall of Famers. We got more that's played in the league, but those are the ones that became Hall of Famers.
Nice.
Dang. Okay.
Yep. So Pittsburgh, like Aliquippa, is just maybe on outskirts of Pittsburgh.
Okay.
So and from Pittsburgh, I got stationed in DC, and then from DC, I got stationed in Richmond, Virginia, and from there, I went like I said, IA individual augmentee to Iraq, and after that, I
Okay.
retired.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So out of them places, man, your favorite one, your best one.
Duty station is gonna be California, man. Point Mugu, man. That
Point
first duty
Mugu.
station man, I have to say that Point Mugu was like 75% like Hispanic. So that was the first time I was around. Military itself was the first time I was around any other ethnicity without a white person. But getting to California, meeting Filipinos, Hispanics, Samoans, like, and you find out like, hey, they down to play, they down with the Brown. But so
find out that's
chance,
all they want.
Yeah.
Getting a chance, you meet other people from all these different ethnicities, man. It's just it was crazy, man. I had a lot of fun out there, man.
All right. What's the worst one? Worst one.
Jacksonville.
I knew.
Matter of fact, what's crazy? I was in Jacksonville when they had the Super Bowl.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
What year
I
was that?
there. That was when did it was Oh, what year was that? They played the Eagles. That was
It was
oh
that the
03. Was it 03?
oh word okay.
Yeah, I think it might have been 03, and the Patriots played the Eagles
Was
down
you
there in
able to
Jacksonville.
because a lot of times when you're stationed in those spots,
Uh-huh.
you could go to the game, but you gotta like work. Were you able
I
to do
didn't
one of
no, I didn't go to the game while I was there.
okay.
But the city Jacksonville is considered one of the biggest cities, but it's underdeveloped.
Oh.
So yeah, like that's why you'll never see another Super Bowl there because they just don't
Wow.
have enough for. But it's considered like square mileage wise, it's the biggest city that we have in America. But yeah, man,
Dang.
I don't know, man. Jacksonville, like here's the thing. I'm from Pennsylvania. I'm from up north.
Okay.
Seeing Confederate flags was
Oh.
something different for me.
Yeah.
And think about it, like this is the 2000s. Come on, man. Like Confederate flags are still flying, and
Oh,
you
they
got
let them
people.
boys fly, bro.
And then you seeing people with shirts saying the South will rise again. Like, man, this is the 2000s, man. We still like, come on, man. Let's move forward, man. Like, that's what it felt like. Honestly, I felt like this was the early 70s. When I
Yeah.
got down there, it felt like a time warp. Like I was in Mississippi for a time, and I felt Mississippi was a little bit more further along than Jacksonville. That
Yeah.
was just my taking of it. Did I have fun in Jacksonville? Yes. But as far as like I said, I didn't see all the Confederate flags in Mississippi. I just didn't. Not saying it wasn't there, but when I was in Jacks, there was.
Now I will agree with you 100% on that. I was stationed in Herbertfield, Florida
Mhm.
for 11 years. So right there up on the panhandle. We was like 3 hours away from Jacksonville.
Okay.
Yeah, it it was like that. Like when I left Japan and went to Florida
What
and
part
I
of
thought
Japan?
I was in Okinawa.
All right, I was in that Sugi. I went to Sugi.
Yeah. So I was oh yeah. Pretty hey, he know the vibes. Uncle know the vibes. You feel me? So I thought I was going because I ain't never been to Florida.
Uh-huh.
Then so well, I take that back. I've been to Florida. Only place I've been to Florida was Orlando. So I'm thinking the
Okay.
whole place is like Orlando. I get there like, what is this? What is this? I thought we all, happy Mickey Mouse and everybody around. I thought we straight. But racist, like the sundown towns, man, some of them cities, bruh, riding through them boys. We like, look, we not stopping. I don't care. Y'all holding it if we gotta pee. We holding it.
Yeah, we used to have certain places where you got to go get your gas before you get certain stretches because you're not supposed to stop over. No, like still to this day,
Yeah.
they down there. Like, don't stop after certain time. Like, them sundown towns is real, man.
For sure.
Real. A lot of times people got to get out. You got to get out and move around to experience that.
Yeah.
And see that type of thing.
So how many times did you deploy? You say you deployed the one time
Yeah. But
to
as far as
Iraq. How
travel,
was that?
the Iraq, it actually wasn't that bad, man.
Yeah.
Like people don't understand. It's crazy while you're over there, but it wasn't that bad. You in the military, you make the best of the situations, man. Regardless of how they are. Like I said, when I was there was a lot of civilians we worked with, which was kind of new to me. I didn't think it was going to be any civilians. I thought it was just going to be, just all military. But then we also worked with other branches of service from other countries, which was something kind of new to me as well. But hey, you make the best out of it. I'm hanging out with guys who are government contractors, going to the galley, hanging out, exchanging, stories. A lot
Yeah.
of talk. But
Yeah.
one time they sent me for 2 weeks to work with the Swedish in northern Iraq.
Okay.
So I went up there, worked with the Swedish Special Forces for 2 weeks. I was up there telling them guys my crazy stories. And they was like, "Come in tomorrow, man. Tell us some more." That's what they wanted to hear. Was my crazy story. Man, when I was up there, because it was just like me and another person. Man, I would go in like maybe once every 3 days.
Wow.
Work. Yeah, but up there, it wasn't as hot as it was in Baghdad.
Okay.
So like if it was like 100 degrees in Baghdad, it's only gonna be like in the 80s. So it
Yeah.
was much nicer. But you got to get your workout in early because everything was outside. Like the gym was outside.
Oh,
So like once the sun come up and the sun start hitting the metal,
oh
yeah,
yeah.
you ain't working out.
It's a wrap for that.
Yeah.
It's a wrap for that. Now you were admin while you're in the Navy.
Mhm.
Can you, for some of my family, for some of my friends, for those who may be listening, can we explain to the people? You're admin, so you're literally doing most of the paperwork, getting folks in and out, going on deployments. Can you
Mhm.
please tell folks how long it actually takes before they send a brand new sailor to the
Mhm.
desert? Because for some reason, folks think as soon as they graduate from basic military training,
Mhm.
they go on to war. And that's not the case. But I'll
That's
let
not
you
the
tell
case.
it
I would
because
say for the Navy, that's not the case because the Navy is more so airplanes and ships.
yeah,
So if you're gonna go anywhere, they're gonna send you. It's gonna be to a ship or to a squadron that has planes. So as far as like deploying, I would say chances of someone doing boots on the ground is the percentage is gonna be very low. Even though I did it, I didn't do it until like my 19th year doing boots on the ground.
19
Yeah.
years,
I
y'all.
was in
So
19 years before.
there is a possibility that you
Yeah.
never go to
And
war.
and even at that point, like my CEO asked me, I could have said no.
See?
I could have said no. So
Join the
yeah,
military. If you ain't got nothing to
yeah.
do and you could just deal with it, join. There's so many more benefits that you can do. There is a chance, but the chance of you actually going, okay, let's say this. I'm gonna ask Hustle. Hustle. What year did you come in the military?
97,
97. What year did you leave the military?
02.
Oh two. So that's seems to me like that's one term, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Did you deploy, Hustle?
I did peacekeeping, but I didn't deploy. No, but I
So can
joined
we?
in when I joined, it was in the Gulf conflict. I joined in the middle of war, and I didn't
So
go to war, but I did what you call I did El when El Nino happened. I delivered water and food and
so look,
supplies because I was in transportation.
so look at there. Hustle just came in. He did his thing.
Did my
He
job.
helped some folks, humanitarian, and he got the heck up out of there. And guess what he left with? He left with his GI Bill,
Mm-hmm.
post 9/11 schooling. He left with the bag. So if you are just trying to come get the bag, come get the bag. Because it's gonna be good. What say you, Humble? Is that what you feel as well?
Yeah, most definitely, man. The military is a resource, man. Use that resource is just sitting there for you to come in and get out. You can do 20, or you can you can do 20, stay the whole 20, or you can come in like PG, do 5, 6. They have different programs to where you can do like
Yeah,
2, 3 years.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
when I said I was at Pittsburgh, we worked with reservists. There was a
Mm-hmm.
program the Navy had to where they went to actual active duty boot camp, and after that they went to into the reserves, and they got a bonus out of it. I'm pretty sure they still have those type of programs still now. You don't have to go active duty route. There's other ways as well where you can still get all those resources from military. Like
Well,
when it comes to healthcare, like being a retiree, healthcare on the retiree side is cheap,
mm-hmm.
very cheap. Like people don't understand it for a family. I think what $300-400 a year.
Yeah.
Like you can't really beat that. Like that's crazy how it's just dirt cheap, man. But yeah, there's I'm not gonna
And
say everything is gonna be beautiful and roses every day. There's gonna be times you want to fight your supervisor, times people getting on your nerves, but that's life. You can work at your local grocery store and that's gonna be the same thing.
Gonna be the
Like,
same thing.
yeah,
this is definitely where you learn to deal with it
yeah,
the
Yeah.
right way because there is ain't no mess ups, ain't no ain't no get out of here, ain't no Oh, I'm gonna just quit this job and go somewhere else. I ain't got to see him. You got to see him every day.
We locked in, baby boy. We locked in, baby girl.
You got to see him or her every day. So, but also too though, humble. Let's talk about the other side and let people know if you are gun ho, oorah, want to go. Soon as you get some official training, how easy is it to get those orders to deploy, especially in stuff that we got going on now? Because I remember people asking.
Mm-hmm. I would say, as far as like I mentioned earlier, I did the IA program. It seems like some, like on the Navy side, some jobs, like we call them rates, or ATES, okay. We call them rates. So some rates, it seems like they were getting picked up much more than somebody say somebody like so like it was really hard for me, to get that. And the only reason why I did that was really I was being nosy. I wanted to see what's actually going on over there. So hey, you get extra money. You get extra money too while you're over there, and you get just from those 6 months there, man. I got like six awards, man. That's 6 ribbons I got just that little short time. Like it's crazy how like deployments, like you get all these ribbons and stuff like that, medal. But yeah, man, like for any and everybody, it's a resource, man. I think people look at it differently, and I understand like some of the connotations of where like this country has been, or some of the things we see even nowadays. But at the end of the day, it's a job that has resources that you can take from it. And there's not too many jobs out there that's like that. You go to your local grocery store, it's not all these resources like that. Just like one of the biggest things, like here living in DC, the DC area, is just having a security clearance. Just having a security clearance, you can get a job like that, man. Wow. Like that. Like it's so easy. Just having that security clearance. That's like one of the first things they ask you down here. You got security clearance? You got that. Your foot is already in the door. Just having that security clearance. Like
that's funny. That was the first job I had when I got out was security.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because of my security clearance. It was just it was straight on through.
Yeah.
Now, Humble, when you got out, what did you do when you first got out? Well, so you was admin while you was in. When you got out, what did you do?
So first job I did, I got a job while I was still on terminal leave. Okay. So first job I got was at a warehouse doing receiving. I immediately, like within like a couple of months, I was like, "This is not it, man." I got because I wanted to try something different. I wanted to try something
from admin to receiving that's a shock, bro.
Yeah,
because we don't got that AC in receiving.
No AC there.
We never got that. We don't got the AC in the receiving, bro. All them doors open. It's either hot or cold. Ain't nothing in the middle, bro.
Yes, and I immediately started applying for other jobs. I was like, I got to get out of here.
Bro, that's crazy.
Bro, that is wild, bro. Yeah. So then what did you do? You went back to admin?
Yeah. So my first government contracting job, I was working at VR1 on Andrews Air Force Base, and they fly the Secretary of the Navy. So basically, and they have like a reserve component of like pilots. So I was the one who set up the orders for them. So when they would fly the Secretary of the Navy, I would do the orders so they can fly, wherever they need to fly him at. So the reserve pilot. So it was a decent job. Like I said, got paid decently on top of with my retirement, disability. So it was a cool job. But my second job, I would say my next job was the best job. I worked for the Physical Disability Board for Review. And what we did was anybody who was medically separated from 9/11 to 2020, we would look over, relook at their medical separation. They had to submit an application though. I think it was like a DD 294, and they can get it relooked at. So some people who may have like a 10% wound up getting medically retired out of the whole process.
Oh
So we
Nice.
wow.
was changing, yeah, we was changing veterans' life, man. So it was a rewarding job, man. But it was actually sometimes it was kind of crazy because like I was the one. So part of my job was to answer the emails, and sometimes I had to call the applicants like if their stuff was messed up. So one time, I called a person and I didn't block my number.
Mm.
Sometimes I would work from home and I would block my number and I forgot to block my number. So one day I'm at work, I'm getting a phone call like on my cell phone. I pick it up and this guy who I had called and I didn't block my number is having a straight meltdown,
Oh.
crying and everything. And at the time, I'm like, "Hey man, what about the VA? You thought about a vet clinic?" And I'm trying to get him off the phone, and he's like, "If I try to go, it's gonna be 3 months before I get it." He's still crying, so he just starts just talking all his problems. And I would say after like an hour and a half, he stopped crying. He was like, "All right, man, I'm gonna get off the phone now." He just wanted someone to talk to. He was at the end of the
Ah.
phone call, he was fine. He,
Wow.
yeah, got off the phone. He just wanted someone to talk to at that moment.
Wow. Was he like an older vet or he was
He was younger.
like
He was younger. He was
okay.
younger.
Oh,
Yeah.
he really
Yeah.
needed that, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He was like I said, full straight. Like he was crying. You could hear him crying on the phone, and like a lot of these people, when I would call them, will want to like, I don't know. I guess they wanted to try to plead their case. One time, I called a guy. It had nothing to do with the case. He was like, I'm telling him, hey, you forgot to fill this out. He's like, what did you hear about my case? Did they tell you about this? You know, I used to date this girl and that girl, but everybody was saying I was gay. I'm like, man, this ain't got nothing to do with what I'm asking you about. I'm getting people would say some of the craziest things, man. Like, I'm calling about you're not filling in block 12. And he wanted to tell me about what he's being accused of back in the day.
See, that goes to show what I was talking about earlier. I started this podcast on with Hustle because I felt like I ain't had nobody to talk to. There was nobody I could because I'll be at work at a college campus and
Yeah.
I say something as simple as, man, it's cold outside. Man, you know what we say, man, the hawk outside for the win. They really think it's hawks about to terrorize us outside. They too literal. I can't really, man. I said this, bro, and literally, if you see the eyeballs, I said, all right, y'all, this is where the sausage is made, right? They lost it. Like my supervisor's like, hey, Mr. James, come over here. Hey, man, like, you know, there's people who are vegans here. There's people who don't like animal cruelty. Like, you know, I was like, oh, snap. So, like I said, so I feel suppressed sometimes. So I get it. You talk to somebody that know your case. Maybe you just need somebody to bounce it off of, man. That's crazy.
That was wild. That's always that gets me every time, bro. That's wild.
Yeah.
That they
So
didn't know that.
another thing I see you do is you ride bikes, man. So how did you get into that, and how easy is it for an old man to pick up a bike?
So I got into it when I was active duty. I had ruptured my left patella tendon and my right patella tendon within
Dang.
a within a year of each time. So after my second knee surgery, the doctor was like, "Hey man, you need to find a new hobby, man. Basketball should you should no longer get out there." So where I
Oh.
was living at in Maryland, there was a bike trail, like paved bike trail, and there was a guy who telling me, "Hey man, there's a bike trail not far from your house." I'm like, "Really?" So I wound up purchasing like a cheap little mountain bike to ride on the trail. After a while, I'm riding all the time. I get a hybrid bike, start putting miles on that, then eventually get a road bike. But
Oh, dang.
it's not it's not hard to get into at all.
Okay.
But I looked at it as like this, if especially like so I have a total of 4 bikes now.
Okay.
The most recent one was $3,300. So I
30.
said,
Come
so
on, bro.
if I'm gonna pay this, I'm gonna get the most out of it. It's not gonna go to waste. Even when I buy
Say that
my
again.
first
You
bike,
got a what bike?
it's carbon fiber, man. You gotta understand it's quality. You gotta pay for it. But
Get him out of here, man. Get this guy. This man bought a bike for. Get this guy up out of here, man.
hey, it's the
Hey,
health, man.
that's his.
Investing,
He got the
investing in my
It's an
health.
investment,
Go.
right? The investment in his body, man. You feel me? Investment
Yeah.
in that temple.
Well,
Even when I bought that $500 bike, man, my first bike, I still have that mountain bike to this day. $500. I didn't let that go to waste, man. I put enough miles on that.
I bet
That's
you
like
won't
all
get
done.
back on it though. You on
So,
that
I ride
carbon
all these
fiber.
bikes still.
Okay.
so you got groups you ride with. You ride by
Yeah.
yourself, like
Yeah,
y'all meet
mostly
up.
I used to ride by myself all the time. This
Uh-huh.
year I finally got into doing group rides. So I'm riding with a group of people that meet up every Tuesday. Next week I'm
Dang.
gonna start doing this Monday group ride as well. So yep. And then every year there's this DC bike ride they shut down like all the streets in DC and it's 20 mile course. But yeah, so the last 4 years I've rode that.
That's nice.
So yeah.
Fire.
Dang.
How long it take you to complete that?
For what 20?
The 20, because I know you do.
For 20 it's like maybe an hour and 15.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can do 15 miles in under an hour, like 50 something minutes.
Mm.
You got a speedometer on that bad boy?
Yeah, I got a bike and I got all the accessories,
What
man.
what the speeds y'all be going like for real? I'm
Like me,
curious.
I'm not like on the group rides. There's a group that they can average about 30. Like me, my fastest average was like 17 miles an hour.
Dang.
That's
So
pretty good. That's nice. It's a good
yeah, it's
speed.
decent. But when you look at somebody else's, like man, them guys doing 26, 27, 28s.
Dang.
But it takes some time to get. It's like anything running. It takes time to build up and to get into all that. But yeah,
Man, that's what's up, man. So getting back into civilian life, you know what I'm saying? And as I was talking before in our opening, you
Mhm.
know, there's some things like the military kind of turn off certain things of empathy and stuff. I remember at one training they told us like if somebody got shot up, got his t-shirt wet up, we're in the building, right? In our core values is say we don't leave no man behind. But during this training, if he can't or he or she can't shoot and then looking too hot, they tell us to leave him, right? And then, you know what I'm saying, they'll come back and get him later, man. So some of the things that I was talking about there, have you experienced any of those things and kind of getting back to a normalcy as far as feelings, as far as empathy, as far as like mental health and navigating this world?
So as far as that part, I would say when I was at the receiving job, my first job, I felt out of place.
Okay.
Like it didn't feel like home. So like once I start back working on the base and being around military again, it kind of felt like home. But at the same time, you know how in the military you can get away with, you know, sometimes being slick at the mouth with somebody and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That happens in the military, and that happened a few times while I was a contractor as well. They did, one time when I was working at VR1, me and this Marine got into it. And what's crazy is me and him are really cool to this day.
Okay.
We had a little tip, and then a few days later, I went to him. I'm like, look, man, for the part I played, I want to apologize. It don't look well in front of these other people. That me and you, it's only 3 of us in here. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
2 of
for
us are
sure.
Oh
beefing.
yeah, of
And
course.
2 of us are beefing. So
Right.
we squashed that. And from that day, he started calling me Deacon. It's like, Deacon Humbles, what's going on, man? But I was just trying to because that didn't, to me after a while, I'm just like, man, this don't even look cool. Us yelling back and forth on a day-to-day basis in the office. Like, how does that look? But
Right.
and then there was another, another job I had. was working with the Air Force. When I was there, yeah, I was kind of tough on all those former airmen in there. I was, because some of them, like, I guess I kind of saw, like, hearing some of their stories, man. Like one girl I made cry, and one guy I used to like make fun of like every day, like everybody, because he was kind of a dirtbag. He wasn't a dirtbag. He just was always messing up, and I was like always like making fun of him and getting on him, just trying to make him do better. But see, in the military, you can get away with that. And I would say in a regular civilian job, I probably would have let go.
Oh yeah, they'd have fired you.
Yeah,
Yeah, they took you straight to HR.
Hey
Straight
man,
to HR.
hey, get Deacon up out of here, man. He done made the girl cry again.
Bullying. Oh, the first time the first tear fell out her face, you would have been out the door.
If I'm not mistaken, she was a reservist too.
Oh man,
she acting all like, I'm like, come on, man, you know better. You can't be acting like that. Like I just went off on her. Yeah.
Yeah,
couldn't take it.
Now, what about we also was talking about kind of like pop culture. We got this thing going on. I don't know if you've seen the Kevin Hart roast.
Okay.
And then the gentleman made the joke about what's his name?
Floyd.
George Floyd. Yeah.
George Floyd. And then so now there's all this backlash where comedy is comedy. There's an agenda out there. Like, where do you land? What do you feel about this kind of stuff?
So I'm gonna preface this. I do have a race-based humor, but with that, there's limits. So one of my close friends, who's a white guy, we do race-based jokes, but there's limits.
Okay.
Like he knows there's a point, like you don't go across that line right there. He knows there's a line, and even with him, he knows there's a line I won't cross. Certain things I'm not gonna say.
Right.
I mean, there's some things I will say, but some things I'll say. I even said there's been times I'm like, man, if people saw some of the things we say in our text, man. Like, who are these two racist guys, man?
Bro, they put the group chat on live. A lot of us will be up out of here. We won't have these jobs that we got.
Yeah, but I just think there are limits you shouldn't cross, regardless if it's comedy or stuff like that. There should be limits. And like I said, I got a friend. There's a line we won't cross. There's things we'll say, but there's a line we won't cross. And I think that line was crossed.
Yeah, that line was crossed for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Right.
Now, over your what's that? Your right shoulder, there's some bottles back there. What are those?
Okay, so this is Ty Law, who NFL Hall of Famer, who played for the Patriots, has his own vodka.
Oh,
and
nice.
Got signed one right here. He signed it.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Autographed it for. Yeah, he has his own little vodka brand, Corvus Vodka.
Okay.
Yeah, supposedly it's the official Hall of Fame, vodka.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Well, before we sign off, we gotta do two more things. The first thing, I run this series on my show or on my social media called 3,000 Questions with your boy Jax. So it's 3,000 questions in this book. We're gonna spin the wheel and we all gonna answer whatever question come up. Y'all ready?
Ready.
All right, let's see. Let's spin the wheel.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. 1717.
Yikes.
Dang, that sounds like a good number right there. All right, 1717 says, do you try to protect your reputation or does it not matter to you? Do you try to protect your reputation or does it matter to you at all? Humble.
So I would say when I was younger, my reputation preceded me. So I
You
guess
said what?
When I was younger, my reputation preceded me.
Oh,
So, yes. When I was in California, my name was ringing bells out there. People knew who I was out there. But I would say now that I'm older, I have kids.
Yeah.
I do want to protect my reputation and protect my kids from that. Keep them from where I used to be, and keep myself in that straight and narrow as well. So they don't know me as who I was then. They know me as who I am now. So yeah, I like to
Word.
protect. Yeah.
Word. Hustle.
Man, I can't put it no better than that. He laid it out. Yeah, like that's a fact. Like when you're young and you're coming up, you establish your reputation. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And what you establish will precede you. But there will come a point where you must protect it. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
gotta protect that because like you said, you got family, you got kids, you got a legacy that you're trying to build or whatever, or what may have you. And it definitely needs to be protected. But I will say, I will put on the other hand of that, um, the older I get, the less I care what people think.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I know what my reputation is. I know what you know what I'm saying, what I stand
Yeah.
on. I know my beliefs. I know, you know what I mean, what I'm about. So it's just I think that comes with age though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like all like your granddaddy didn't care.
Hey,
I don't know if y'all remember,
He
Granddad didn't give a
he
F.
did none. None. He gonna tell you how many jobs he had. He gonna tell you
He'll tell
there's
you what
food in there, there's lights in this place,
and he gonna
and
tell you where
give
it
me a
came
beer
from.
and go shut up.
Right, that part. Yeah. So, I mean, you know what I mean. So, like I said, I think it comes. That's hey, I'm with that same notion.
So for me, I'm gonna kind of flip it a little bit, and I'm gonna say my reputation that I have now protects me, and I say that
Nice,
because
nice.
I know how people perceive me, so I'm not gonna let this one off moment where Joker comes sideways and I
Mhm.
blow up, and then now my reputation is, so it's not me protecting my reputation, it's me keeping it where it's at. So I'm not gonna let nobody try to throw me off my square for real. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna let nobody run over me,
Uh-huh.
but we also know it's a time and place for things. Like you said, humble, you went back to Buddy and squared it up versus, what I'm saying, battling it out in the
Yeah.
middle of the office. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So,
real quick, you know what's crazy?
yeah.
So that you said that. So this job I'm working now, when I first started here, one day this guy called and he's like yelling, fussing, and screaming. I'm just like ignoring him. And he eventually, like he's going off. He eventually stops, like, "Are you still there?" I'm like, "I'm here. You keep going. Keep going. Finish what you got to say." He said
Mhm.
everything he had to say. I'm like, "All right, we'll talk later." He gets out the phone. I immediately like send an email to him and my higher ups. I was like, I understand your frustration, but your phone call was unprofessional, and we need to have a one-on-one next time you in this office. To this day, and I've been here almost 2 years. He's not come to my desk to talk. He avoids me. He will walk past my desk and stare at the wall when he walks past my desk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's real because like you say, you're not gonna stand for disrespect and be walked over. But
That's
at the
right.
same time, I'm not about to come on your level
Yeah, I'm not.
and
Yeah, I'm not
revoke
Nobody
meeting
you.
you.
takes it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not.
want to keep
all that barking don't mean nothing, man. All that
yeah,
barking
Yeah.
don't mean nothing.
I'm keeping high ground. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so the last thing we're gonna do here on the show, Humble, I'm gonna give you the floor. I just want you to talk to the folks out there, give them the 30-second, 45-second elevator pitch, where they can find you, what you're about, tell them about your two podcasts you got going, um, and just plug yourself out there so that our communities can merge together if you feel.
All
So
right.
floor is yours.
All right. So on YouTube, you can find me on YouTube under hashtag name Be Humble. Um, I talk to veterans, and I also tell some of my crazy stories while I was in. During this podcast, we talked about where I'm from. I'm from Malakopa, Pennsylvania. If anybody don't know, hey, tune in to the Be Humble podcast, and you'll find out more about it. But hey, I'm 20-year vet. I did 20 years. Got a chance to see the world. from Puerto Rico, Singapore, Thailand, Japan. Man, I've been all over, man. It was a great run. And at the end of the day, it's something that anybody could use. It's a resource. I'll continue to say that. And one thing and then on top of that, I want to say appreciate Jack for having me on. It's been good being here tonight, and maybe I'll come back again. Who knows? But yeah, the military is it's a good resource for any and everybody to use.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I would be remiss because you keep saying these funny stories. You got to give us one, bro. Give us one, bro, before you go, because you got a bunch. You got people raving and about your stories. Give us one, man, before we go.
All right, here's one. Most of my stories is crazy. They take over like periods of time. So when after boot camp, right, I get to what we call A school.
Yeah,
y'all might call it tech school. We call it A school.
Yep.
So I get there. It's in Meridian, Mississippi, right?
Okay.
So, this is crazy. So I get there, and I pull up in the cab, and this white girl who's in the Navy, she's on duty, comes up. I guess she saw what she like. She grabbed my seat back, all my bags, carried all my bags to the quarter deck. That's where you check in at, right?
Yeah.
And then after we checked in, she carried all my bags up to the room. So I'm not knowing. I guess she chose up, but she carried all my bags into the room. Next morning, guess who's out when it's time for breakfast? This white girl. So every day she's just popping up. I'm up here trying to talk to other girls, and they're like, "You talk to?" I'm like, "No, man. This girl she just keep following me around." But after boot camp, everybody knows boot camp. Hey, you got pent up frustration.
Yeah.
So things eventually happen. So we wound up dating during that time I was in A school, right? So back then in the 90s, you lose touch with people because we didn't have cell phones then.
Right.
So social media came out. We wound up getting in touch through Facebook. But we wound up talking. When she's married at this time, she might still be married. She says, "I think my sister is sleeping with my husband." I'm like, "Why do you say that?" She says she has a track record. Every guy she's dated previously, her sister has slept with. So I'm like, "Really?" I was like, "You know what? Let me reach out to your sister." She was like, "You better not do nothing with her." I'm like, "No, nothing gonna happen." So I reached out to her sister on social media. She was like, "Who are you?" I was like, "You don't remember me? I'm old girl. When we was in Mississippi." Her conversation immediately changed. It went from who was I to being sexual. And at that point, I realized she's sleeping with her sister's husband. like her conversation went from "Who are you?" to straight sex. Like she talking about, "Ooh, you look," it would a sentence ago you didn't know me.
Yeah,
so it's
right.
Like she had a thing for her sisters, like exes or boyfriends and stuff like that, which was crazy, man.
Yeah.
I never told her. We talked a couple times. I never told her that. Or she probably would, I never told her. But
so you ain't never hit her back and tell her and let her know what you found out.
No, I never did.
Said, better left unturned.
Did she ever explain why she just started following you around from the time you got off the cab to the time you left? Did she ever? She's just like she wanted you.
I guess she liked what she saw, but yeah, man, like, she was messing everything up, man. Everybody was like, "Oh, you with that white girl?" I'm like, "Nah, man, this girl she just keep popping up every morning. Hey, lunchtime, popping up right out there in the courtyard." Like, man, messing up everything for me, man.
Yeah. So for sure, we definitely gotta have you back on, bro. We'll see you at Link Out, man. You just go ahead and do your thing. Hustle, you got anything to close us out with?
No, I'm good, man. Just check out, man, W Energy Drink, man. And blackmoneymedialive.com, man. Get you some merch, man. Check out all the shows. Real game, no gimmick. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the Redeployment Podcast. Just the facts, man. Everything, man. Just check us out, man. Black Money Media, man.
I was gonna say that we need to make a graphic Let's put them all up so we can show them. You know what I'm saying? Of all the shows we got going, Black Money Media. Black Money Media, man, that's a brand name out here, man. I appreciate them for sponsoring this show. Appreciate W Energy. Again, this podcast for you. If you was in 20 years, like myself, like my guest was, or if you only did one tour, like PG. This podcast for you. If you are trying to join the military, thinking about joining the military, tune in. We talk real stories, real people, real stories. And this podcast is for you. And I don't know how, but maybe you've been living under a rock in the sewer with Ninja Turtles and you never had a conversation with a military member. Well, this podcast for you because you gonna have a conversation with a military member. But until next time, we thank our guests, we thank our sponsors, thank my co-hosts, and we gonna holler back at y'all, man. Y'all be good. What they say, we love you,
and there
and ain't nothing you do
can
about
do
it.
about it.
Peace.